Richard Cook. I'm here again to tell you some more of the stories behind my pictures. Today I'd like to tell you a little more about working with the red arrows. The team changed from the Gnat to the Hawk in 1980. From the previous episode, you'll remember that I was working from a Gnat and that squadron leader Alan Voyle had built a wedge-shaped camera bracket which fitted underneath the Gnat. Obviously, with the change to the Hawk, the technology had to change. Alan designed and built a sled which fitted underneath the Hawk onto the points where the gun would fit normally. But without a gun, it had hard points to which the sledge could be attached, and then the wedge-shaped camera bracket was re-engineered, but basically remained the same. There's another view of it. So Alan designed and built it, and he supervised the fitting of it throughout those Hawk years. So he remained very much part of the team and on the front line. The new bracket worked perfectly well with the Hawks. The Hawks are different shaped aircraft and different aesthetically. Not as elegant naturally as the Gnat. But certain formations work better than others, and this one is vegan. And of course we looped it because that's what you do, and experimented with different formations, all of the things that we had done before. Doing it now for the new season with the new aircraft and for a magazine piece, again as for the Illustrated London News. For me, I'd just like to tell you a little bit about the flying environment that I'm in, but also all the pilots are in. You wear a G-suit, which has a tube which is actually underneath my left hand here, which fits into the aircraft, and when the aircraft senses sufficient G, the bladders in the G-suit inflate and squeeze the blood back up into your torso and particularly to your brain. Otherwise, the blood will pool in your legs and you will white out, which is that the blood will leave your brain, and obviously you don't want to do that if you're flying an aircraft or even a passenger. This is a selfie, if you like, of me in the back seat of the Hawk. That is the straight front view from the back seat of the Hawk, view through the office window, if you like. Very occasionally they would let me fly in the front seat if I had a reason to do that, and here this is very much the pilot's eye view. It's very much the same as flying in the back seat. It's just that I think you have to release the handbrake and put it on. That's, I think, the only thing that can only be done from the front seat. Generally, I would work with a camera fitted to the outside of the aircraft, which was a Nikon F3, and I would have two Nikon F2s around my neck with different lenses on, so that I was able to switch from one to the other very much quicker and more efficiently than trying to change lenses on a single camera or reload. These are very much pictures just through the canopy of the Hawk and the various formations. This is a wine glass roll. Wine glass is the formation. They have various names for these formations. The ones which suit the photography I will mention. The team used this as a Christmas card that year against Diamond 9. That, I think, is vegan at the top of a loop and at the bottom of a loop. The team did a couple of opposition maneuvers. Here, the white stripes underneath the aircraft are the other half of the team going the other direction, making smoke. So it's an opposition maneuver. and I had a long shutter speed. This is another opposition maneuver. I think the 5 aircraft did a loop, whilst the 4 aircraft did a barrel roll through the center of it. I used a very long shutter speed for this, which I controlled by setting the aperture and taping it at, I can't honestly tell you if it was f8 or f11, but I calculated at least that with the polarizing filter and Kodachrome 64, I would have a shutter speed no faster than a 30th of a second. And you can see that the frame is full with this formation. I'm not quite sure what this formation is. Oh, it's feathered arrow, I think. Whereas this, which is vegan again, is I get the lead aircraft very much larger and yet still get the whole team in. Again, shutter speed 30th of a second. There's no relative movement between my aircraft and the team leader. We're all going the same way at the same speed. So shutter speed doesn't really matter. With the new bracket, I asked Alan to design into it some other variations where I could tilt the camera slightly, say possibly 30 degrees or 45 degrees even, knowing that I'm going to level it up by asking the pilot to put the aircraft at 45 degrees, so that I was just able to play different tunes on it graphically, and also by putting the camera diagonally, I could get the aircraft even closer. If you look at this one, you can just see the reflection on the nose of the aircraft and the front part of the canopy, which is actually the reflection of the tailplane of my aircraft. And of course we loop that. This is pretty much as close as you can go. The reflection is still there on the canopy, and we really are very, very close here. As you can see, I'm still on a 24mm lens here. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, remember to like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and do tell your friends. Next time, I'll tell you what happened when the legendary picture editor of the Sunday Times Colour magazine said, "Richard, do you want to walk round a hill?"